Hey guys, welcome back. This is Sean with Velocity bringing another detailing video today of an Acura TSX. For first timers to the channel, we document our detail work for our different clients. We're mobile detailers and we love detailing these vehicles. This one hasn't been washed in months, so we're gonna have a lot of fun getting the exterior cleaned up. We are gonna give it a full foam soak bath. We're gonna give it clay bar decontamination as well as a quick sealant and buff. So you'll get to see this car. We are gonna give the interior quick detail as well. But as you can see here, all these little dirt grimes and the wheels are all caked up. So this will be a fun one for us to wash up and show you guys how we do things. Now before we start any engine bay detail, we try to locate the alternator and then just put a plastic bag around it. Just to help you from getting any moisture into that alternator. You'll want to prevent that. So just be good to be safe and take these measures before doing any rinse down, cleaning by hand, or pressure washing it off. Just a smart move there. We always do that when possible. Now that we've covered the alternator, we like to go ahead and soak down the engine bay in our APC degreaser. We use Simple Green here. This is higher dilution or stronger dilution than what we use in the interior since it is an engine bay. So we just like to go on there, spray it on, let it soak, and then we'll rinse it off, and then we'll go back over it with another coating of APC, this time going over it with a detail brush, scrubbing and agitating all the dirt so we can easily pressure wash it off later. Now while we're rinsing it the second time after APCing the vehicle and degreasing everything, looks to be like smoke or steam. It's actually just because of how cold it was out that day. It's about 36, 38 degrees. You want to make sure you never detail an engine bay that's freshly warm. You always want to let it cool down first. So this one was actually already pretty cool. It just looked like it was steam or smoke. As you can see here, we're actually using our leaf blower to blow out all the water out of the crevices. It's great for engine bays. We recommend doing this and even sometimes cranking up the car afterwards, just to let all the moisture evaporate out of the engine bay. Now that we have the engine bay detail, we like to start with the wheels and tires on the vehicle when we're doing the exterior. So what we do is spray on our solution of wheel and rubber cleaner. We do let that sit and kind of help break down all the brake dust and dirt that's on these wheels and tires. Then we like to go over it with our detail brush. We like to use a wheel brush for the barrels. Of course, ours just decided to recently break, so we had to order a new one. We should have that in the next video. But you can just go over it with a detail brush or even just a wash mitt. We use the wash mitt to do the barrels and a detail brush to get all the little spots here and there. So these things cleaned up really great. Now that the wheels are all cleaned up, we like to start with a good thorough rinse down of the vehicle. A lot of times we start with the jams. If they are dirty, we like to pressure wash them clean. If they're not dirty, we'll just wipe them off later with a microfiber mitt, maybe some spray wax. But if they're ever this dirty, we like to just give them a quick spray off with the pressure washer, and that helps clean them up real quick. They didn't need any agitation or APC as they weren't in terrible shape, just a lot of loose dirt and debris. Just spray right off with the pressure washer. So we give the whole car a nice rinse down before doing any sort of snow foam or foam bath, and definitely before any hand washing. We want to knock loose all this dirt and debris that's in this paint before putting our mitts on it and instilling any swirls or anything like that. So make sure you always give the car a good top to bottom spray down, and don't forget about the jams. Now that the car has been rinsed off, it's time to wash it. We start with our snow foam cannon. We spray down the whole car. If it is a sunny day, you may have to go back over with the snow foam cannon a couple of times. With this one, it was cloudy and overcast, so we only had to cover the whole car once. None of the foam is going to dry up or anything like that. The snow foam adds a lot of lubrication to help easily wash the car and help lift up dirt and grime and debris. Then we simply hand wash the vehicle. One thing we do key is to do a top to down wash method. We start with the top of the vehicles, washing that before washing the bottoms. The reason for that is it tends to be the dirt accumulates more on the bottom of the vehicle than it does on the top. So just wash the top, dunk your mitt in the wash mitt, make sure you're keeping that lubricated and clean. And then after washing with the wash mitt, we go over it with our detail brush. This helps find all the areas the wash mitt can't reach to, such as the grille or the emblems on the back or cracks and crevices, stuff like that. You always want to go over it and just helps it get thorough clean so you don't miss any spots. Now, since this car hadn't been washed in a while, it did have a kind of rough surface on the paint. So that means the best thing to do is to clay bar it to lift and remove all that contamination that is stuck in the paint that the wash mitt or brush won't remove. So we actually do foam down the car again. We use the snow foam as a lubricant for our clay. You can use clay lube, you can use instant detailer. There's lots of different ways of doing it. We like using the foam cannon since it's already locked and ready to go. We already have it there. We just used it for washing the car. So we just spray down a couple panels at a time, or in this case, it's overcast. We can just spray down most of the car. We did go back over and spray a few more parts. We want to make sure that you keep those panels heavily lubricated while you are clay barring the vehicle. But yeah, we just use a McGuire's clay bar. We go back over it, and that just lifts up all the dirt and debris out of this paint that is embedded, so get it smooth and looking good. One tool we use to aid in drying the vehicle is actually our leaf blower. We blow off the surface of the vehicle to help blow out water, all those nooks and crannies, the wheels, all these spots tend to have these little water traps in. So as you're trying to clean it with your microfiber like hell, it just takes you forever. So if you do a quick blow off with your blower, it's gonna help blow a lot of that stuff off ahead of time. If this car had been waxed recently, you could actually blow it dry with a leaf blower depending on the wax you use. We've done that plenty of times. But here we're just gonna go over it with our microfibers. We use a 2 microfiber towel method. And actually you can see me though over there in the hat. That's the guy behind the camera doing all the recording and voiceover work. But here we're just drying the car off so we can get it prepped and ready for a nice coat of wax, and then we'll buff that wax off and get started on the interior. We do use a variety of waxes and sealants. Our favorite is this Blackfire paint sealant. It's a paste, a synthetic sealant that goes on really nicely, and then you just let it cure and then buff it right off. It provides a really good depth, shine, and it does kind of hide some of those micro scratches you have. So not polish the vehicle, it's definitely going to improve the visuals on it. As here you can see us just finishing off by dressing the tires. We like to dress all the tires in the vehicle and then get started on the interior and get that looking good as well. Now the exterior is done, we start with the interior. The first thing we do is a good thorough vacuum of the interior. It helps find all the loose and dirt and debris and change and trash that's hidden in this vehicle. And then you can go ahead and wipe down and clean the leather and all the interior plastics. But a good thorough vacuum is a great place to start. That's how we like to do it. Now that it has been vacuumed, we start with the leather. One of the first things you can do is the steering wheel. The steering wheels tend to get caked up with a lot of dirt and grime, especially if there's makeup or other stuff stuck on there, because you get a lot of bodily oils from touching your face and then touching the steering wheel. So we go over it with our leather cleaner. We use a really nice leather cleaner conditioner. You can see it lathers real well. Not only is it going to help remove all the oils and dirt that are caked on the leather, but actually leaves it nicely conditioned. It has a mink oil conditioner built into it, so it conditions without leaving it greasy, so you have that nice matte finish like OEM, and we really like this leather cleaner. We use it on the steering wheels, on the shift knobs, on the seats. Anything really coated in leather gets this stuff, and it does a phenomenal job of making all the leather look OEM and brand new again. The next step in our detail process is to go ahead and get the seats cleaned. We use our leather cleaner conditioner. We use McKee's leather conditioner. That works fantastic. It's actually a 30-70 mixed solution, so 70% cleaner, 30% conditioner. And it does a great job lathering, which helps us lift up all any dirt, debris, or bodily oils or anything like that that's on the leather. Gets it clean and then keeps it conditioned without leaving it greasy and oily. We use the detail brush to help us get it in all small cracks and areas, and then we simply just wipe it off with a microfiber towel, leaving it looking brand new. Now that we have the leather all cleaned, we start with cleaning the center console, cup holder, radio area. So first we want to go ahead and dust everything, dislodge any just loose dust particles or dirt that might be on there. In this car, everything was actually pretty good, so all it really needed was a quick wipe down and dusting. The cup holders need a little extra deep cleaning, so it really just depends on what kind of detail you're doing as to how aggressive you need to clean it. On this one, it was in already really good shape, so it didn't need anything aggressive like full APC agitation on the center console area, other than just the cup holders. So you can see us here, just you want to make sure you get every little bit that's part of being detailed. You go over all the center console, the buttons, all the different switches, where the 9-volt area is, or little ashtray areas. And then we go on to the cup holders, and those need a little more deep cleaning, so we simply sprayed some of our 10-to-1 APC in there, agitated it with the detail brush, did a little vacuuming, and then just cleaned it out, get everything looking the way it needs to. Now that the interior is done, we take a look at the engine bay after it's all set. We did dress that off camera. You can see the engine bay is in spotless condition after all that cleaning. Here's the before, and then you can take a look at the after. So a huge improvement there. And now we got the interior. Just gonna do a quick tour of the after the interior. Everything's where it needs to be. All the carpets are vacuumed, all the seats are shampooed, all the interior surfaces are wiped down, dusted, cleaned. The doors were actually in already really good shape while we were detailing it, so you didn't see that on camera, but all they really need is a quick dusting and wipe down. Nothing too crazy. And same thing in the back seats, everything's clean condition, vacuumed. Car is definitely in great shape, looking good for the client now. Let's take a quick look at the exterior after it's all done. It's been thoroughly washed, clay bar, paint decontaminated. We did go ahead and put our paint sealant on there and then buff that off, and then we finish it off with a quick spray wax to touch up any last areas that may have any remaining wax residue or dirt or anything like that. And it definitely is a huge improvement. This thing hadn't been washed in months and now it's shining. I wish it had been sunnier that day. You could have seen all the depth and shine of the paint, but it was a huge improvement from where it was, and it needed a good wash and it got it. So we were really happy the way the exterior looks. The client was ecstatic. She was super happy. She's like, "What'd you do with my car?" So she was pretty happy. And then the wheels before and after, they got thoroughly deep cleaned and they came out looking brand new once again. So we're real happy with that as well. Well, that wraps up this detailing video from us. We hope you guys enjoyed it today, and if you did, please drop us a like. If there's anything you want to see in the future, or there's something more about the video you want to know, please give us a comment down below. And always, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for future videos.